humiliation of Angel Studios is complete, and Andy Serkis is having one heck of a bad weekend. Conservative influencers who gobbled up that shill money, well, they can't be thrilled either. Animal Farm, you see, only managed about $3 million for the entire weekend and looks to be cooked completely going forward. That means when the maker of faith-based fare decides to act like the devil, they manage to make even Ella McKay look good. Hello, folks. Hello, friends. Welcome back and happy Sunday afternoon. It is not a happy Sunday afternoon for those behind Angel Studios, as well as the influencers who exist in the conservative blogosphere. And boy, they are ready to get blocking anybody who dares come at them. Woo, it's bad. Steph Annie out there, she's not one of them. Click the like button. She says this, okay. And she's a truth teller, right? Okay, so People's World was founded by commies. And the author of the article praising Animal Farm is part of the commie party. Angel Studios, WTF. Do you all know what that stands for? Ask a kid. They'll know. Don't ask a kid and they won't know if they're a good kid. What are you doing? It says. And yes, Steph, you're right. And now everybody is wondering the same thing. We go to Deadline. Anthony D'Alessandro covering this one. Angel Studios has been humiliated. You'll notice they're not even in the title at all. And that's because it's time to bury this, because even Hollywood is very, very embarrassed by this. The Devil Wears Prada 2, it says, stunning with $233 million worldwide opening. You'll see that it's mostly international, $77 million coming to the U.S., and I guess that's pretty impressive. It is, right? I'll go there. But The Devil Wears Prada 2 is probably going to have a significant fall off. And why? Well, because we've talked to women who've went to go see it, and it's really for women. It's not for me, right? You don't send me to review Barbie, and you don't send me to review The Devil Wears Prada 2. But the women we've talked to who enjoyed the first one say, this one's kind of like phoning it in. All right, except for Emily. Emily does a great job. So good for it. But is it going to cross 700-800 million? No, I think that's Project Hail Mary. All right, let's go down. So we've got the Sunday AM update, and I just want you to see. So, folks, I'm looking. I'm going through the paragraphs. Where could it be? Where would we see the stuff that Hollywood hates and you love? Like Project Hail Mary, like Mario, like, like Michael. Nowhere, nothing in this whatsoever. Where do we have to go? There's stuff about how successful the marketing was for Devil Wears Prada, blah, 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 blah. Look at this. It's just, finally, Michael. Folks, how far did we have to scroll to get here? It says this wouldn't be a summer weekend without Lionsgate's Michael, which is coming in even higher at $54 million. A 44% drop, and this is like, I don't know, 20 paragraphs down. The number 2 movie has a 44% drop and is on its way to making a ton of cash. And you got to go down like 20 paragraphs to get here. Why? Because they don't want to remind you that the audience decides, not the critics. They don't want to tell you that what Hollywood loves, you don't care about. They don't want to talk about it. Michael right now at 183 million, almost 200 million. That's 83% ahead of Bohemian Rhapsody. And guess what? Number 3 is Mario, doing just fine as well. You got Project Hail Mary. By the way, Super Mario, 41% drop. Great hold. Project Hail Mary, 33% drop. Great hold. These are phenomenal. But down here, Animal Farm, 2,600 theaters. This might be the biggest flop we've seen. I mean, it just might be. And they don't want to talk about it. Why would you not talk about it? This is huge news, Deadline. Why would you not talk about Animal Farm at 2,600 theaters, hosing the theater owners with only $3.5 million in 2,600 theaters? Holy moly.
It's a loud minority trying to silence us.
Like the pigs.
Holy moly, ladies and gentlemen, that is terrible. Okay? Where do we find out about it? Going down. More of this. You have to go down. I mean, you essentially have to go through the Encyclopedia Britannica to find this thing. And here's what Deadline finally says about Animal Farm all the way down here, which essentially means 2,600 theaters made no money. It says, because it's actually going to get worse. Hang tight. This gets worse. Friday made 1.1 million. 3 days, 3.3. Andy Serkis's animated take of the George Orwell novel gets a C- and a very low 28% definite recommend from general audiences. It's about as bad. I mean, that's awful. I mean, and I gave it a 1.5. It's a horrible, horrible movie. Kids under 12 got it, though, with a 90% positive score and a 60% must-see right away. I bet you no kids under 12 went to go see it. You got like 3 kids, and they're probably the kids for the people who made it. Guys are leaning in at 53%. 18 and 34 is a low turnout at 35%, but better over 45 at close to 40. The over 55 alone, faith-based crowd showed up at 25%. And here's how you know this thing's cooked. The movie is playing flat everywhere, but it's doing better in the South, Midwest, Mountain, and West. So why does that mean it's cooked, ladies and gentlemen? Well, because if it's doing better in the South, Midwest, Mountain, and West, those are the places that probably went just because it has Angel Studios on it, and they're going to go home and say to their friends, to their family, what garbage I just suffered through. That means it's done. That means you're going to see a huge drop. This thing might be lucky to make $1 million after this. And although it's on a shoestring budget, on a nothing of a budget, it's going to come in at probably $5 to $6 million total. It's going to have a colossal collapse. And this is awful for Andy Serkis, for Angel Studios. But you know, I don't feel bad for Angel Studios because they've been acting badly. And you've seen this, right?
It's a loud minority trying to silence us.
Like the pigs.
And I don't feel bad too badly for the conservative influencers who took the money and ran. Who I feel badly for is Andy Serkis. And you say, Pro, why? Why do you feel badly? I mean, he purposefully fought for years to get this film made. It's an inversion of the Orwellian tale. It takes Animal Farm and completely flips it on its head. Why do you feel badly for Andy Serkis? He's passionate about doing something badly. And the answer to that, folks, is Andy Serkis has all the money he could ever want. But ultimately, I know that money does not bring you happiness. And I know that because, well, you know this as well. Let's say that you love lobster, and lobster brings you happiness. If I serve you lobster 7 days a week, you're going to start hating lobster. And let's say that you love going out on the boat, right? A boat on the ocean. You love it. Oh, if I could just spend my retirement on the boat. Well, if you went out every day on the boat, you'd start to hate the boat. Because it turns out that you don't really like stuff. Now, you like relationships, and you like good relationships, but you don't like stuff. Because ultimately, what you really care for, what you really want, all people, is meaning, purpose. That's what we're after. And you know what? This was something meaningful to Andy Serkis. It's not a good thing. I would not have supported it. I didn't support it. I would tell him not to do it. But he found meaning and purpose in this. And had this blow up in his face like this. I don't feel sorry for Angel Studios. They made horrible decisions. I don't feel sorry for the conservative influencers largely. But Andy Serkis, man, this has got to be just an awful feeling to work this hard, this long, again, for something I don't support, but to see it go this wrong. Holy cow. It does, in fact, I think, make Ella McKay look like a success in comparison. And that's hard to do. You should study Animal Farm down the road for how to destroy a movie. It's just in every way awful, almost to the impossible. Taking a look at the weekend domestic box office, ladies and gentlemen, the Devil Wears Prada 2, 77 million on the domestic, Michael 54, Mario comes in at 12, and Project Hail Mary at 8.5. The stories here should be these three, and Animal Farm. Devil Wears Prada is fine. It's going to do okay. I think it's going to have a major drop off over time, but look at this. The audiences are basically saying to the critics, we don't care. We don't care what you say. Michael is at 183, which just double it. It's double international, right? So I don't know exactly, but it's around $400 million, and it's going to keep going and going and going and going. Probably going to get to $1 billion. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, now at 402 on its total gross, right? And that's going to keep going and going and going. Going to make $1 billion because it's at like, what, 800 total worldwide? Project Hail Mary, 318, same thing, except this time it's going to make 700 to 800. These are huge wins. These are huge wins for audiences. And The Devil Wears Prada is fine. It's going to be, listen, it's going to do okay. But again, I think it betrays the fans, mostly who really enjoyed the first one because of the stellar acting. And this time it looks like some of the people who star in it kind of just said, where's my paycheck? Animal Farm, there will be no paycheck. And Animal Farm is a disastrous film for Angel Studios. Will do huge reputational damage to it over time, and they deserve every single bit of that, given some of the dastardly ways they've handled this and attacking those who dared be critics of flipping Orwell on his head.
It's a loud minority trying to silence us.
Like the pigs.
All right, folks, that's where we'll leave it today. That's your box office review. Lessons are being learned right now, and the lesson is give the audience what it wants. Even with the Devil Wears Prada, right? The ladies wanted it. Give them the sequel. Give audiences what they want. Don't do what Angel Studios did. Don't do that. Folks, we'll talk to you real soon. In fact, we've got a special pro show coming up tonight. We've got major, massive, huge Star Wars news. You want to be there. Trust me. All right, we'll see y'all real soon. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Are you sick and tired of stuff being swept under the rug because you or the media are too lazy to actually deal with it? Or are things just building up around you so much that you can no longer ignore it? Also like the mainstream media? Well, I got the solution for you. I'm Wilton the Troll, and I want to tell you about this revolutionary new product called Jonas. That's right, no longer do you have to put up with stuff shoved under the rug. You can actually get rid of it and dispose of the problem in seconds by using Jonas. You can, in a matter of seconds, deal with the political and illogical buildup of the muck and grime around you effectively and efficiently with Jonas. You might think this is an ordinary vacuum, but you'd be wrong. You can clean up and remove from one end, but Jonas, he actually works from both ends. From the back end, Jonas can blow a whole bunch of hot air, and that's cool. Remember folks, if you actually want to deal with the dirt and grime the mainstream media has been neglectful about, get Jonas, 'cause Jonas sucks.